So they saying that Youngboy built a real family. They calling it a cult. I guess that's what a real family is. You make a bunch of misfits feel like they fit in somewhere. That's a skill in itself. All right, so let's see how NBA Youngboy built up his fan base to where it seems as though they'd give their life for this. All right, so I'm MasoMoney. Make sure you like and subscribe. We're gonna go ahead and get straight into this video.
NBA Youngboy went through things most people don't survive. Surrounded by violence, abandoned by his parents, living in poverty, and before he was 18, he was facing the parents, living in poverty, and before he was 18, he was facing the NBA Youngboy went through things most people don't survive. Surrounded by violence, abandoned by his parents, living in poverty, and before he was 18, he was facing the possibility of life in prison. And yet, he made it out. Not only that, he built the most loyal and most dedicated fan base hip-hop has ever seen, becoming the most certified rapper ever. He was blackballed from the music industry, spent years stuck on house arrest, and was always in the media for the wrong reasons. The public opinion around him seems harsh. People say he's unstable, and that understanding his mind is confusing. In a world of artists who can seem like outliers, no one is like NBA Youngboy, and that might be exactly why people get so attached.
Fuck about none of that. You bitch ass niggas be hiding. We real headhunters, man. Come on, man. I see murder in my eyes. Pussy nigga, you ain't saying nothing.
Kentrell Deshaun Golden was born on October 20th, 1999 in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Not exactly a place known for opportunity. His father was sentenced to 55 years in prison for a robbery gone wrong when he was young. And after that, his mother wasn't consistently there either. He was raised by his grandmother, the one person who truly loved him. At 4 years old, he broke his neck while wrestling at home. He had to wear a halo brace screwed into his skull while his spine healed. The scars you can still see today. He was closest to his older brother, Pierre. When he was 7, he was holding a notebook of lyrics while telling his brother he wanted to become a rapper. Although it wasn't serious, he was just a little kid. What he mostly did was cut grass with his older brother for only $7 around their street to make some extra money. Eventually, as they got older, it wasn't enough. So stealing and break-ins replaced lawn work.
It don't matter if you in that setting or you out that setting. I ain't no hiding from gun violence. I ain't no hiding from violence, period.
Right, they definitely shooting outside.
Or death, like literally.
Just trying to survive, which replaced their innocence. And that's when his grandmother passed. This changed everything for Kentrell.
Well, my grandmother was my everything. That was my protection, my comfort.
Because in psychology, that's critical. When you grow up with abandonment and instability, that doesn't just go away. It can make you guarded, quick to react, quick to push people away before they can hurt you. And it can build anger. A lot of it.
No dumb rapping, bitch. No YouTube and none of that bitch ass shit. And don't speak on me. Fuck you on the chamber of me, man. Right here. Hey, you lucky I don't want to speak on that. Boy, you better stay in your place. These niggas hoes, man. Fucking sell, nigga. The fucking nigga watching me fuck.
Waving around guns on an abandoned lot on Chippewa Street.
He's speaking for a lot of people, though. He got a whole audience of folks who stay in that position. He's just having to make it out through the violence.
But it can also create a creative output. When his grandmother passed, he moved in with his half-brother Pierre and his mother Monique, whom he saw as a second mom.
Get mom's fat. I hustle so my sister will never ask a man.
Pierre's mother saw how serious they were and paid for their first studio session. Youngboy began finding his sound. One of his earliest songs, For a Reason, was uploaded to YouTube, rumored to have been recorded when he was only 11.
He's 11.
Around age 12, Kentrell was upset with the way his life was going. That's when Pierre told him, "Don't worry, we're never going to be broke again," which would later become his stage name after changing from his previous name, NBA Youngboy, due to copyright concerns from the National Basketball Association.
Right.
Are you still in
probably
school?
Made him just as big though. NBA.
Dropped out?
Yep, I'm chasing. I got a dream to chase.
What grade did you drop out at?
9.
Damn. Didn't even go to high school.
And what was the reasoning behind that?
I have a dream to chase.
Cantrell would drop out of the 9th grade, and music stopped being
Lily
a
went
hobby,
straight to
and it
music.
became therapy for Cantrell. Pierre became his manager. He printed thousands of
at 25,
CDs and handed them
20,
around Baton Rouge.
15, 20
However,
years
they were
in.
still living their lives recklessly, and Cantrell was sent to a juvenile detention center for 6 months for a break-in. When he was locked up, he actually had a lot more time to write, and that's what he did. So when he finally got out, he immediately made and released a project with a fitting title, Life Before Fame. Youngboy started releasing countless mixtapes, being inspired by Louisiana natives Boosie and Lil Wayne, with the way they used to flood the streets with their projects. Local buzz grew. Eventually, he caught the attention of local artists like Kevin Gates and Boosie himself, but he was still just a teenager, and his work ethic became his trademark. We haven't exactly seen someone his age release as much music as he did, which only made people more interested.
Rest in power, it's all about power.
It was now 2016.
Why don't give a fuck?
My bag and Louis V on my bed.
I am so bad, you such your gates, now get it on the stage. I'm surrounded by them snipers. So on dollar sport.
Staring at my necklace, cause my diamonds.
Look at me, hey, fuck on me, yeah, look at me.
Rap was now shifting the energy, and the new artists were breaking through. Youngboy was building something different while being isolated from the new wave. In October, he drops 38 Baby, named after the street he grew up on, 38th Street, which was the first of many gold projects he'd end up dropping.
And I don't go nowhere without that, I ain't know me. This shit so cut to my own niggas talking down on me. She like how I be swaggin'. She said she wanna be my down chick. You don't know what this shit mean to me. I swear that I'm trying, what don't you see? Really up in that water from swimming.
Now finally, the internet was paying attention. The buzz was growing. And people were thinking he was older because of the depth in his voice and the subject matter in his lyrics. But he was just 17. And that would end up saving him his life.
Rapper NBA Youngboy has been arrested in Louisiana.
The following month, Cantrell was arrested on 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder, allegedly revenge for the killing of an NBA crew member. These were serious, real charges, facing the possibility of being tried as an adult. And now Cantrell is waiting on the final verdict from potentially disappearing forever. For any artist, that's it. Career over before it even starts. You had your opportunity and you let it go by going to prison. However, people get curious. So when the public heard about this, his music started spreading even more. People were infatuated with who NBA Youngboy really was. They wanted to learn more about his troubled mind. Is what they heard about him true? Is he innocent? Is he really just 17 with all of this happening? Cantrell was realizing he had another opportunity, so he took advantage of feeding his fans by dropping music behind bars from what he had. He sounded paranoid, frustrated, and vulnerable on these tracks, and he was uncertain if he was gonna make it out. And that torment made the fans even more interested. They didn't know when it was going to end, so every drop felt urgent, like it might be the last one for a long time. They loved the idea of what YB was, and that's when the obsession really started. Eventually, he wasn't convicted of the original charges, but accepted a plea deal for a lesser charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, which landed him 3 years of active probation. But to him, it felt like freedom. He knew he got his second chance. So wasting no time, Youngboy recorded and dropped his song, Untouchable.
Dropped out of school to chase my dream, I had something for the proof. I put my all into this shit.
The lyrics contained a theme of ambition, to make it at all costs, telling his fans that he would not let up again.
I can't stay on my grind, no, I can't be no fool. No, I can't slip, no, I can't fun, but gotta stick and move.
And that became a theme for his AI Youngboy project. Cantrell's dreams were finally coming true.
My dreams coming true. Man, stayed down till I came up with my niggas. Right or wrong, forever right, you know what's up. I got locked in that cell and they ain't let me out. Money, I'm talking, you know that I'm ballin', I'm hustling. I ain't never seen a drop. For to see me, bitch, you gotta go pay for the show. Since a youngin', I've been getting it on my own.
The The work ethic became noticeable. While most artists take years to build a catalog, he kept dropping projects. His mixtape buzz eventually led to a lucrative recording contract with Atlantic Records in 2017. He was becoming main.
Isn't he already went through that contract? You know, they usually sign artists to these contracts for terms, like 4 albums, 5 albums. This dude was putting out 4 mixtapes, 3 albums in a year. All of these crazy numbers for a musician. Like the way that his royalties and his music gonna be set up by the time he 30 years down the line, it's like, bro, put out too much music that actually stuck. So it's interesting. It's a blueprint of music that we never seen before this. You know what I mean? I'm still kind of upset they canceled his Chicago show. I don't know. He made too many hits.
Stream, but somehow still felt separate from the industry. By 2018, he released his debut album, Until Death Call My Name.
I ain't going outside today. Couldn't find our take. You love me as much as I love you. I ain't mean to break your heart, but baby, that's what love do. When you want beef, I pull up where you sleep. Bitch, I'm out there now 38, baby. I come from the street. 2 clips on that chopper for the stretch.
Fans were pleased with the debut album, but the true turning point for Youngboy musically came with the release of his 2019 project, AI Youngboy 2, a project that many of his fans consider a classic.
Nigga, bitch, nigga, blow on my jury. Fuck the jury. I feel like on Gucci Mane in 2006. I almost died, I had to beat the eyes and it wasn't easy. Who still have died, I almost lost my mind, broke me to pieces. What I'm thinking and you can't change. I miss my fucking daddy. I've been calling Montana my father. Times been getting hard.
And from there, he never slowed down. While signed to Atlantic, he dropped 22 projects in 5 years. His contract only required 5. The label was even struggling to keep up. That wasn't normal, and neither was what he was going to end up accomplishing.
And taken into custody, the 21-year-old, whose real name is Contrell Golden.
Really from that bottom.
As of now, he's the most certified rapper ever, holding 126 plaques to his name. Now, some people discredit YB. They'll say, well, he only accomplished this because of how much music he drops. But Youngboy truly hasn't had a lot of mainstream help to acquire these accomplishments. Plus, he wasn't able to go on tour for years because of house arrest. And yet, his streams showed how big he was despite that. And he remained the most streamed rapper on YouTube for years. He did everything without any help. He hasn't relied on crossover hits to solidify his spot. And when he did eventually become a free man, his tour broke the record for the highest grossing tour from a debut headlining rapper, earning $70 million across 42 shows. Since the success of his tour, it really made me realize the scope of how big his audience actually is. That level of consistency without a large amount of promotion sounds impossible. He had no award show love, barely any promo from his label, a contract that YB didn't even like. And while he had some early cosigns, he clearly doesn't get enough compared to his competitors to accomplish this much. It feels like he was never supposed to make it in the first place. And that might be exactly why his fans are so obsessed. It creates this feeling like it's him and his fans against the world. It's the kind of loyalty where his fans feel like they owe it to him. A lot of them genuinely believe he's been blackballed from the music.
No, I ain't gonna lie, I agree with this. And all this stuff this dude been through, his highs and lows. You got to think about how many people just listen to him continuously through their highs and lows in life. He like a vessel for people from the struggle. Anybody who done went to prison, done shot at some niggas, been shot, went through trauma, got a whole bunch of baby mama drama, got taking people's girls, losing his females, imposing it all on through his music and through his platform. He basically got stuff for every single person's emotions. And, you know, in Baton Rouge, they teach you how to take somebody's soul. So that's how you get souls behind. You gotta respect the game.
Constantly for his voice, his delivery, for not being lyrical enough. But more than anything, he's judged for his character. He originally wanted the industry love, but after being so-called blackballed, he's called the industry out directly. He said that it's demonic and said he can't trust anyone. And from his perspective and what he went through, why would he? He's been isolated and kept in a close circle his whole life. So when he became a public figure, he had trouble ever adapting.
There's a lot of people that know me, I guess. I'm terrified of people.
He's probably the most famous rapper in the world.
I am very scared of people. like on my kids. I'm terrified of people, and I'm very shy. But I never know why once I walk on the stage, I could get it done and leave. But I'm terrified of people. People are cruel. It's like you can't control ourselves.
His career has been filled with public feuds, legal troubles which resulted in prison time, serious accusations, and even being tied to a drug trafficking ring while on house arrest with his crew. And while not a crime, having 13 children with 10 different women is definitely an interesting decision, especially by the age of 26. He's not conventionally relatable.
I just took the phone, went on the block and to the top off. Talking all this top, I go by top, I get them knocked off.
And maybe that's a good thing. His audience is mostly young adults. A lot of them do come from similar environments, having broken homes, anger issues, the feeling of being misunderstood. So when they hear a Youngboy, they don't hear a superstar with no understanding. They hear someone surviving in real time, beating all the odds, because somehow, in ways thought impossible, Youngboy made it out. And more importantly, he hasn't changed one bit from his beginning. Now, I remember around 2019, the backlash against Youngboy peaked. The common critiques was that they thought he mumbled, that his voice was unbearable, that he wasn't lyrical, that his flows fell apart mid-verse, and that he wasn't versatile. To outsiders, the hype doesn't make sense, but the constant harsh criticism really seemed to strengthen his fan base. Honestly, Youngboy being the punching bag in hip-hop really seemed to piss off a lot of his fans. I truly do think this was the start of rage bait culture. Yes, online trolling has always been a thing, but I would say the whole idea of the rage bait term reaching the mainstream all started with Youngboy. I saw so many accounts during quarantine with Youngboy's mugshot as their profile picture, spamming why be better under comment sections, especially Twitter. And yes, a lot of it was satire, but a lot of it was exaggerated because his fan base was known for being obsessive. So they really made it their personalities, cause Youngboy fans do truly know how obsessed they are with him, and they're gonna show their support when you discredit him. The only modern fan base that mirrors this kind of loyalty might be Taylor Swift's. Not because the music sounds alike, clearly not, but when people question the hype, the core fans double down. Casual listeners have looked at Taylor and Youngboy's music as being bland and not understanding the point. They always think that there's much better artists in their respected genres. But their fans get it. They don't really care if other people don't understand it, but yet they'll defend their artists if they need to, and that only brings their fans.
It's like the same way some teenage girl from a billion-dollar community felt and listened to Taylor Swift when her boyfriend broke her heart. It's a young nigga who really listened to Youngboy to get through the fact that his homie died or that he had to go shoot somebody. So everybody got emotional scars, but some folks may deal with it in a more Black Air Force energy, 38 baby way of living. One person may, we're never ever getting back. You know what I'm saying, though? I don't know. That man, like, they made a voice for the voiceless. I think that's what a lot of artists be, though. Like a voice for people who can't speak. Everybody need a vessel to speak for them.
Bases closer together.
So y'all, let's talk about NBA Youngboy for a second.
Okay.
What makes Youngboy be so loved by his fans? It's good for us to talk about stuff like this because you know how my fans act with me, and it feels more like a family, like camaraderie, and they don't play about me and I don't play about them, and people always try to like figure it out. But what is it about NBA Youngboy that was able to garner that level of hardcore, diehard, unwavering support without getting help from a lot of the mainstream outlets? So somebody said the more haters he get, the stronger their love gets. Kind of like us with you. Bingo.
And I want to make it clear that Youngboy is not just this aggressive street rapper beefing with everyone.
Then that's when they stepping on your homie. I say stretch him, catch me murder walking, then I bang.
For everything he went through, it only makes sense on why some of his material is much more sad.
I'm like Cantrell, you gotta stand up, it's your time, I see. I'm like Deshaun.
He's talked many times before on how he didn't want to live past 18.
Sometimes you wanna die though. So you don't feel nothing no more.
Nah, I know what he's saying.
I don't think you really feel like that.
Nah, I know what he's saying.
You gotta talk more.
A lot of his music has depressive themes, with subjects like trust issues and paranoia, with other subjects including responsibility, ambition, and perseverance. Which became more noticeable as him and his audience grew together. Right. And when an artist is that expressive about their emotions caused by trauma, whether it's sadness or anger, people can relate to it, causing them to be attached to a figure like Youngboy naturally. Yeah. Now, is that really why people get so attached to Youngboy? It could be part of it. Could it also be from the loyalty that he built? I mean, his fans saw him almost lose everything and somehow still made it on top. Sure, it could be the loyalty, but countless celebrities and rappers have had rough upbringings. A lot of them rap about what YB raps about, but few within the music industry become unavoidable. Some call it the it factor. It's the quality that when someone walks in a room or on screen, they get all the attention. It can be their charisma, mystery, confidence, uniqueness, and all-around star power. And while it may seem like a lot of celebrities have this, it's way less common than you think. It's the difference in execution and the ability to adapt that makes some celebrities fade away eventually, while others stay here culturally. And when it comes to that factor, Youngboy has it. But let's be honest, plenty of celebrities with that it factor come with controversies, yet they stay relevant while others fade when pressure hits. Youngboy stayed, even though clearly he's had a lot of controversies surrounding his name. Right. NBA Youngboy isn't exactly a complete person. You could even argue he's a terrible role model. But despite the headlines of how the media wants you to perceive YB, that flawed character creates a mystery to understand him from an outside perspective. That's why his fan base is so diehard.
I always wanted to be a rapper. This was always my dream. I never had a plan B. This is what I was set on becoming. Wow. That's what it was.
Very interesting.
And yes, you can credit his work ethic.
Can't be on top forever, you know?
You can credit his ambition.
There's always to be another artist.
You can credit his accomplishments.
But there'll never be another Youngboy. I will not be provoked. I will not be broken. And I'm not going back to where I used to be.
But some people just have something you can't manufacture.
Accept it or not, I ain't going back.
Well, let me know what y'all think about this. How this is almost like a blueprint. Like give you some real understanding of how people actually influence how you're thinking like that. Cause I rock with YB music like that. I see the effect that a lot of artists have on people's entire lives. Like a few artists' music completely influence how you live your day-to-day life. And your day-to-day decisions make how you living in real life. When you turn the camera off, when ain't no one there, sometimes you sad, sometimes you feeling good. But sometimes art is the only way that you can share that expression with somebody else. All right, so I'm MasoMoney. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. If y'all don't do none of those things, family, just watch another video. I'll see y'all on the next one, man.